My name is Oba Dr. Solomon Olugenga Oloyede Olusin Isanlu Isin. The chairman is in Traditional Council and member of State Traditional Council. The election has gone. We thank God. Both presidential and governorship and the House of Assembly, it went on well. We in Isin local government, particularly Isanlu Isin, we had 2 wards. Isin general, there are 11 wards. So in the National Assembly election and presidential, we thank God that our party, that is APC, since I'm part and parcel of the government and the government of the day, is the party that I'm talking about. We won the election without any problem. Because of the scarcity of cash, I would say many that's supposed to come out or travel down or whatever, they were unable. Reason is that some are complaining, feed themselves, they find it difficult. Things are very rough, but we still thank God that in that election, Isin local government, we won the election for the government party. When we talk of politics, all of us cannot be satisfied with whatever INEC or whatever. People will still be argue that this and this and this. Even some people that are not participating in voting, some people will still be grumble. Even the parties that think maybe win the election, but they just saw that the INEC, when they brought their results, so they felt so they would not be. People are not. All of us, we cannot be happy at the same time. But my advice is that since government has said that if you are not being contented with the results, you can go to the court. So I think the best is anybody that felt maybe is not being satisfied with the results. Instead of destroying the society, it's better they go to the court. Well, that's my advice. I have done that severally. This one is not the first. There are so many elections that when I came to the throne, that I have, as the chairman of the Traditional Council, that I've heard in time of, but it's always been that opposition. There's no way you can pet them. There's no way you can talk as a royal father that they will agree with you. But you will still continue petting them. Like all the 11 wards, we have royal fathers within these wards. And I've met with them, we've had meeting before the election and during the election, after the election. So talk to people and let there be no problem within the young ones. So I think we have been doing that. What surprises me anyway is the political heads, like those who are helm of affair, I mean, like the presidential candidates. They can meet anywhere after the election. They'll still become friends. But I don't know why people in our locality will be fighting themselves. So, but in our own local government here, particularly in my community, Isanlu Isin here, we've talked to them. The chiefs are in each compound that they came out. We met within the council and we've consoled ourselves. We talked to ourselves, talked to our people, let there be no problem. And there was no problem. So I don't see anything like anybody during the election or after the results might be released. Some people will be singing, some people will be praising, some people will be crying. So we have been talking to them so that there will be no problem. We have been playing our role. But I think government need to empower, putting it into the law. Because traditional rulers, we are in the grassroots. And I want to appreciate His Excellency. Because when he addressed us some time ago, he said something. He said, we are the one that God is using to cope any problem. As long as we are peace in our locality. So he really appreciates the effort of traditional ruler. So I was not surprised when he said that again on the day we were together at Emir Palace. So the constitutional role, I think, like our forefathers in those days, issue of marriage, issue of divorce, land, other things like that. It is traditional ruler that Oyibo people used to meet before they will even go and meet the citizen. So if the government can still flash back and still reset and put the traditional ruler in a normal way, like a religion. Religion is a borrow, let me say, Christian and Muslim is a borrow religion. It's from other continents. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, traditional ruling and traditional worshippers is go along. But when you put religion, you head religion, you put religion, and you combine it with a traditional system, the thing is not matching. So people will still be having a kind of a problem within themselves. But we thank God for Kwara State. Issue of religion is not our problem. We do not have any problem with religion. But in the time of family setting, in time of little things that may happen, that instead of people going to court, what the traditional ruler, the matter between husband and wife, between children and the parents, I think can be curbed by traditional ruler. I think in the angle of family, in the angle of land, the government should try to encourage the traditional ruler to give them the rule to control people so that there will be no problem at all. When we say Isimeto, it's as longer. It's part of what our father has laid down. Let me start from traditional angle, like Isanlu Isin now. Like the palace, the chiefs that are here, the traditional role or the traditional lay down. Okay, Isanlu have 8 clans. Each of the clans, they have their heads. They are all under the traditional ruler. Now, if they want to appoint, when one chief passes on, it is not the Kabiyesi that will appoint for that clan. It is the head of that clan or the people in that clan will now appoint somebody to replace the person that's late. Then, in our own setting now, when civilization and education came in, we now put it in a very simple way that they should bring the candidate to the council here so that we will know whether when he was a young boy or young man has been once a criminal, committed an offense that contradicts that position they want to give him. So it's not that the council or Kabiyesi himself will take that seat from the clan. If the candidate is not fit, he will just tell them that, well, the council will just tell them that this person you brought, sometimes ago, he has done that, he has done this, as he repent. If not, please go and bring another person. I think this is how the setting of Isanlu Isin. In other community, it's not like that. I want to cite an example of Odoeku within Isin local government. Whosoever become Asa during the struggle of Asa will be the next king, like Ibadan. So all this setting in Isin in all the in all the communities, each of them have traditional way. So they don't miss it. Nobody is arguing it. So that's why they said it's in meto. And when it comes to politics, well, our politicians, they know how to set their elective posts. They know how to rotate it. Like the present day now, we are the present regime now. The commissioner that is serving Isin, on behalf of Isin, is from Olusin. So they will be expecting another commissioner after this administration. They will be expecting another commissioner from Isin. If they want to choose chairman, if Isin rule for maybe 3 years, Isin will rule. So all these things we combine it together. They say it's in meto. And if there is problem within, we know how we tackle it and settle it without going to court, without any violent burning houses, killing one another. No, we know how to do things like that. It is. I brought a lot. One, road. Isin had 7 roads that entering this community. Okeonigbin to Isin, Ijara to Isin, Pama to Isin, Omara to Isin, Owa Kajola to Isin, Owa Onire to Isin, and Ola to Isin. So when I came on board in 2009, there was no single tie road. From Okeayegun to Okeonigbin, I sandfilled and I graded the road single-handedly, personally, without any community money. I used my personal money to do that. Then, and I look at it that without government, less we can do. So, part of what I did at the beginning of my reign in this community is to glue the government of Kwara State with the St. Louis community. When Bukola Saraki regime as a governor, when he gave me civil staff of office, second class there, he promised that they are going to tie our road from Okeonigbin to St. Louis. So, and for good 2 years, nothing come out until I begin to worry the government, and by the grace of God, they said they want to start from Ijara because of our local government. So I don't have option, but I have to plead that government, our major road is Okeonigbin direct, not passing through Ijara to this place. But they said that's what they want to do then. On the road, that's one of the development I brought to this community. On the general hospital, the only general hospital we had in the Isin local government is Isin General Hospital. It was during Obadekaye that the foundation was laid by General Bamboye. Government laid the foundation. The government of Kwara State laid the foundation. It was Isin community that built the general hospital. Until Adama came and upgraded. So there is nothing than that. The hospital remained. There was no renovation. The roof was leaking. They abandoned this. They abandoned this hospital. So when I came in, it's part of what I did. I went and borrowed money to renovate one building. And that is what they are using up till now. Apart from that, our schools, the community secondary school, that is IRCC, we thank God for one of our sons that God is using through his working place. and we are giving international, I will call it international laboratories, that's by Chevron. In the whole political source is the best. We had it now in IICC. So it was during my time. Apart from that, I met this people as second class. The community and my past fathers, they have been struggling to have the second class to meet up with their mates. For good 35 years, they have been on it. Within the first 80 years on the throne, I got first class. On the area of traditional role, like Igigu Festival, some other festivals, we are nowhere when I came. What I met is that there will be no Igigu, there is nothing whatsoever. Well, nobody is contesting against, and nobody is, I'm not saying that they should be doing Igigu, but I said instead of not having any ceremony at all in the community, why can't you put in a very simple way, we do Christmas carol in replacing Igigu. So that Christmas carol went on well, and we have been observing it every Christmas time. Then Odun Ijesu is still one of those things that we observe as a custom and tradition of Isanlu. That's what we've done. So I've done other things, but many things that at this interview I cannot just be mentioned. I'm expecting a lot. Especially I want the government to consider my subjects in their government, appointments. And then many of my children that their parents have been struggling to get employment, still part of it. So I'm expecting government to tie our road from Okenigbe. And as I mentioned, many roads. It's not only Okenigbe. We have Umara, we have Oba, we have even Ola, we have Owa Kajola, where we have Owu Force, we have Owa Oniri. Eleyin is part of Isanlu along the road. That Eleyin, the land of Isanlu extended to even Aradon. So if the road can be open from Eleyin down to Isanlu, that's down to Omidoyin, it will be make our farm produce to be fast, and people at the city will enjoy agricultural produce. So I'm expecting government, and again, I'm still expecting the governor or or his government to remember us in Isin. We don't have any tertiary institution. There was no tertiary institution at all. It's part of what I made during my 14th year's anniversary request I made from government, that if you can be giving other university, we have land, especially College of Agric, University of Agric, we have fertile land in Isin local government, anywhere in Isin. So then cashew processing industry, we still need it. We made all these requests. So I'm expecting government, of which I believe Abraman Abrasak, his first 4 years has been a very wonderful to Kwaram. And this coming 4 years will still be a great, wonderful too. And that's why I need to glue myself with him. Let me move with Olorire, governor, who can help masses, who has been helping mercy. So I'm expecting much from him. So he has done a lot, particularly our maternity. It was during his time too. They renovated the maternity in time of health facility. I can say that the governor have done a lot. We in Isanlu, we've not experienced it in the past, what we got from him. Then another one is on education, our primary schools, even our secondary school. They've done a lot. Built is it 2 or 3 block of classrooms, and they renovated about 5 or 6 classrooms and offices in our primary schools. We have St. Joseph Primary School, we have LG Baptist Primary School. Then in St. Joseph, we are giving the computer, that's RTC. It can make our children to meet up with WAEC standard or NECO or JAMB, because today it's not by written alone, it's all by computer. So, and we at the end of almost the end of Kwara here now, we have to meet up with other people at the city. So therefore, he has done a lot. In terms of our old men, our old women, government has been giving them little things to maintain their life. At least every month, they have been given some things. The salary of the workers, the salary of we traditional rulers, the government has been regular. So the chiefs, everybody were enjoying. And I want to seriously appreciate government on my subject that are retirees. I'm enjoying them. Many of them are in my palace here. They do collect their monthly due. On before, at times when I came newly, they used to complain that they don't have money, but now all retirees, they have money, even past myself. There was no crisis during the election and after the election. If you reporters wrongly seen some things, I would say they are all my children now. They are all my children. As a father of many people, so if there is anything happening, you have to call them and explain things to them that you don't understand. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm doing. So, and they will say sorry. And after say sorry, what else again? So there was no problem at all.
This is my appeal to Nigeria as a whole, that they should search their mind, their conscience, because as far as I'm concerned, with what I've read, the election, this recent one, is more peaceful than all other ones. I started observing forces as far back as December 12, 1959. So I could say something about Nigeria election. They kill many people in the past. But when you say it's violent, it's something I have wondered. As this community in particular, during the election, there was no violence whatsoever. And if you listen to some people making comment, you think that, Isanlu is burning. Perhaps it is not. Just to make point. Just to make point for what they were thinking should happen, but it doesn't happen that way. What people are thinking Nigeria should happen to us, it doesn't happen that way. They should allow peace to reign. They should understand what they are saying to outside community. They are destroying the country. So they must be very careful or what they are saying. The utterances is not giving us good omen. They should be very careful, sir.